In this Beat the Meta, a McLaren decides it doesn't want to race anymore and exit stage right. And I decide I don't want to race anymore as I go for a spin and meet barrier. Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we're doing Beat the Meta in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 car. Yes, we are going in the car that everybody dreads, the Lamborghini, because of its oversteer. But just how bad is it? Well, let's find out in this race. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. We're on our way to 40,000 subscribers now, which is unbelievable to me. So if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you will always be alerted to new content, both Gran Turismo and Assetto Corsa Competizione. With Gran Turismo, let's jump in to the S's then here at Yamagiwa. This is daily race beat as we go through them then. That Ferrari just struggling up ahead. Dan's stable, showing it is unstable. And I just touched the barrier there. Wasn't the best of things to do, but the one thing I did find with this Lamborghini is going up the hill is you get a bit of washout there as we see Neo off there to the left-hand side. Dan stable, a bit unstable again through the chicane as we go down the inside of the Ferrari then up into P13s. We are making ground very quickly here. And look, we're surviving. We're a little bit of contact with a barrier. Somebody goes off there. Who is that? That's L somebody or another. Anyway, we continue on out of there in P12, but we survived most of the lap with only a slight kiss of the barrier. Looking promising so far. Oh, we got a tap from behind there by Dan Stable. A push to pass there for sure as they go on by. So I wasn't best pleased with that one, I will be honest with you, as we head into the right-hander for the first time of asking. Through we go then. And one thing to note with this Lamborghini, it is quick in a straight line, to be fair. It is quick in a straight line, and it was good to know that as we head towards that start-finish line to start lap number 2. And it does mean that potentially we can compete with the Supra. Oh, a bit unstable there, Dan. We need to rename you to Unstable rather than Dan Stable as we go through that left-hander. Oh, actually, you could say Dan Stable has a Ferrari. Another prancing horse. I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop talking about Dan Stable now as we go through the left-hander. Up the hill we go, and that Ferrari showing a bit of speed there. And once again, we didn't suffer from washout this time like we did previously as we head into this really fast left. Oh, nearly into the back of Dan Stable. I normally try and carry a bit more speed through there. Oh, but losing the rear end there. Oh, nearly. Couldn't quite get on the inside there of the Ferrari driver as we head down towards the chicane once again. Dan keeping this position for now as I was just showing my nose. Oh, showing my nose a bit more there. Through we go. And it looks like Dan is keeping that position for now as we head on out of there and up towards the hairpin. And look at the acceleration we've got versus Dan there. I have no idea why the Ferrari was so slow there. Well, Dan, it goes towards that right. We're going to go down the inside. We're absolutely sending it here in towards the hairpin. And it looks like jobs are good and up into P12. Finally, once again, with a slight tap on exit there. Right, let's fast forward a little bit here. Through we go as we head towards Crazy Car Lady. I see what you've done there. Not Crazy Cat Lady, Crazy Car Lady. I like it. I do like it. I'm pointing at the camera as if you can see me, but you can't. You can only see me on the video. Right, we've got a good run on the Renault with the, here he is, at livery there. You can see that, but we're going to go on the inside of them as we head towards turn 1. Up into P11 we go then. Job's a good one. Job is done. Can we get a top 10 before the end of this first race? Now, if you're not sure about what Beat the Meta actually is, Beat the Meta is all about beating the meta car or strategy, which in this case is using the Toyota Supra, as we see a Porsche spinning it there. In the top 10 now we are. So essentially we have a few rules which you can check out in the description. There has to be at least one A+ driver, and we can do as many races as we like. We just can't be in the meta car, which is that Toyota Supra on the left there, driven by Kung Pao Bosch. Kung Pao Bosch! Well, are we going to go around the outside of those two? No, we're not, as we leave that corner then. The Peugeot RCZ and the Supra still side by side here. I'm going to put my nose right on the inside of this Valentino Rossi Peugeot RCZ then as we go into the left. The Supra goes off and we're going to go down the inside there. Slight tap as they come back on, but can't do anything about that. I gave you room, but you spun anyway as we head into the final corner. Up into P9 and not too bad so far. Last two, wherever we get to, we will find out. This is what we always start with Beat the Meta. It's just to find out if we can use the car. I actually tried a different car which wasn't workable here, which was the Ford GT. I went to the Lamborghini and I found out it does work. So this is what we're going to use. And as you know by the thumbnail, what we're trying to beat the meta. Right, continue on out there then. We've come up to a Supra, which I assume had an issue in the chicane somewhere as we head into the braking zone. Oh, nearly to the back of Rambo. They broke a bit too soon there. They really did cut that inside as we head towards the last corner then. Oh, they got a penalty. 0.5 penalty then for the Peugeot. Just stay within 1 second and we're going to get our position. If you didn't know, if somebody has a penalty, it rounds it up to the next nearest second, which is 1 in this case. And we are close enough there. We're actually under the half second anyway. It doesn't really matter. But we cross the line there in P8. Not too bad of a finish there as we start off. I did notice my face cam, which is new to Beat the Meta, to be fair. Or I say it's new. I have done a Beat the Meta you've not seen yet. That's coming out in the future. Another one. And then you've got 2 to watch now. As we jump to race number 3. 2 was a write-off because it was a crash. And it was just a half a lap incident. Race number 3. Here we go then. We have Carg in the Supra there. They're an A+ driver. So this counts towards Beat the Meta here, folks. And let's see if we can keep up with that Toyota Supra in this race and maybe overtake them as well as we go through there. And a reminder to subscribe there. You get that at the start of every single race here. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, it will annoy you a little bit, but that means you subscribe and then you can be like, I've done it, Tidge. Now, let's watch the video. Right, through the left we go then. Lap number 4. We advanced quite far into the race and they went over the chicane there like that and got a 1 second penalty. You heard me in the background, in fact, as we go through the right-hander. Unfortunately for me, something's going to happen in this race, which is the doorbell's going to go. The doorbell will go. And yeah, here is my reaction to that. I know. Oh, I can't do much, mate. Give me a minute. You just heard Alexa in the background there. So I was panicking at this moment because it's a really important parcel, actually. My sister's birthday present, which is quite expensive. But... yeah, so I went off there. I was pushing too hard and went off. I could have won that race. I could have won that race. I'd have beat the meta in 3 races. But alas, I did not. And so the journey begins. So race number 4 then. We're back in P6 now. More people joined the lobby, which was quite weird, to be honest with you. The fact that more and more people were joining. But even so, it's getting towards the end of the day. So maybe to be expected. I'm not too sure. We have the new AMG Evo behind us there. The 20 car as we go through the left-hander. It's a very good car, actually. I didn't realize how good it was. I knew it was good. I didn't realize how good that car is. And you'll see a bit more of that as we go into this race. Oh, up ahead, we've got Supras 3 wide. One of them goes off. We'll take that. So up into P5 with that AMG right behind us. Oh, sorry, it was 2 Supras and a Porsche. My apologies there. Getting the wrong car as we go through the right hand. Look at that AMG. Round the outside, that AMG. We give them just enough room on exit. Now look at the pace of this thing. It is fast. Suzu, you must be happy with your brand new Gr.3 car here. It is fast, well played. Good luck for the manufacturer series. Whenever that starts, we don't know yet. As we go into turn 1 then. Catalyst on the inside. Going to keep that position. It's a very nice car to drive as well. If you haven't driven it already, do give it a try as we continue on up the hill. Remember, we had washout earlier on. So this is where I'm going to start lifting a little bit more where I need to. Now it's just a bit of a lift there because I knew I was going to go into the curb. If you hit that square on, you do go flying, which was what happened in race 2, which you didn't see. Right, in towards the left we go then. We have, I think that's a BMW behind me there. Oh, what is that actually? I can't actually tell what that is as we go through the left-hander. Continuing now. It's got a massive grille, so it can only be a BMW, I imagine. As we head into the right-hander then. That BMW has disappeared completely from the face of the earth. Catalyst down the inside of Carg. A bit of contact there between the two. We get such a good run on the Toyota Supra. But this is why I hate that Toyota Supra so much. And my hatred gets worse. I don't like Toyota as a brand anymore at this moment in time. Because look, it just catches up and goes clean on by again. It's like, oh my word, what can you do? Now we try around the outside here, which works wonders. But that Supra, we should have been clean on pass before turn 1. We really should have. But, you know, I mean, it was an alright move in the end, wasn't it, really? Let's be real here. It was an alright move. As we head up the hill once again then, in P5 this time. And a little bit of a wiggle there from ourselves. Let's advance a bit further on in this race then, towards the chicane then, as we go into here. And you'll notice we have been surviving until that moment there. We've got a bit of oversteer here. And as we leave that corner, we do catch it. The little car's going to go clean up by, because that Supra obviously doesn't suffer from any problems whatsoever. As we head into the braking zone then, back down into our favourite position, P6. Going through this left-hander then. We've got a lot of work to do here. We definitely need to improve our time, that is for sure, if more people keep joining these lobbies. Anyway, we advance towards the final lap then. Carg going into here. It's like race 3 essentially. In terms of it was me versus Carg. This time, no penalty for Carg. And it's the final lap. What can we do here? Into the final corner we go then. Going to try around the outside. Very hard to do here as we leave that corner. Going to try and beat it out as quick as we can. Carg gives me room. Definitely had enough room there just to cover that off, to be fair to you. We're going to head towards the line. Side by side. Who's getting P5? I just overtake them. But that Supra comes back. And how close is that gap? It is 0.02 of a second. Very close gap there. Good racing with you though there, Carg. Really good indeed. So a shout out to you as we look towards the next race then. What race number are we going to this time? That is the question. Starting P4, we have improved our time, and we're on racer number 7. Number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Okay, we've had a mixture of all sorts of racing there. Some crashes, some just boring races as we continue on through here as we head up the hill then. And what's going to happen here then? In towards the left-hander we go. Looking to get it done. Not going to quite happen here then. As Josh just keeping it in that McLaren 650S. I see a different car, of course, as we leave that corner. And I think we've got a Porsche and a Supra up ahead. So 4 different cars in this one as we head down in towards the chicane then. Slowing it down now. We did do a previous race with Josh, and I think Josh won that. I came P2. In fact, I think it was the one before this, but there wasn't much action in that really. It was a warm-up race for me. As you notice, I've changed tops as well. Still the same day. I'd been, well, not been to the gym. I'd done some gymming. Bit of biceps, triceps, and back work here. Teacher's going to get hench, apparently. No, I just want a bit of muscle. That's all it is. Get a bit toned. Right, let's get back into tune of this race. Tone and tune as Josh goes there to the right-hand side and a bit of a spin and a date with Barry R as we head up the hill then. Simon looking for a way past the Porsche in that Supra then. In towards the braking zone we go. They're on a really outside line here. I managed to slow the car down a bit too much there just because they're on the outside line. If I carried on, I'd have absolutely pit maneuvered them to Narnia. However, I didn't do that because I'm a clean driver, or try to be at least, as we head out of there. And we are now going to be racing this Toyota Supra as we head into the braking zone then. Hit that left curb, try and straighten this as best as we can as continue on through. And notice, to be fair, this Huracan, it is quite stable in the Grand Turismo. This car feels quite good now. It really does. It has a bit of issues sometimes with a bit of oversteer, but it's, it's not too bad. It's actually quite enjoyable to drive, and I was enjoying it at the time. The only thing I wasn't enjoying was racing the Toyota Supras because they're just so OP, and they've had a bit of a nerve, and they're still so good. As you see here, we've got to run off the corner. We are now light for light behind Supras, man. Come on. Ridiculous. Look at 8 Supras. There you go. You heard it from me there. I hate Supras. I do hate Supras. I find them very annoying as we go in to the left-hander. I am going to try and keep some of the reactions in there. I just need to remember where the reactions are in this video as we go on the inside of Slammer then. Leaving that corner. Who's getting this position then? Side by side up here. Not very well. Well, don't often do that because it normally doesn't end very well is what I was trying to say there. So Supra gets a good run out of that corner then. Look at that. Look at the increase, man. Look at that. That's it. Oh my word, that is insane. I'll try to keep it on the inside here, but not going to quite work there. Slammer keeps that position. Good move to be fair from Slammer. So we'll leave that corner and head down towards the famous chicane, which, as I say, you don't yeet as much anymore. You still yeet it a little bit, it appears, in some cars. You can definitely yeet it in the Lamborghini. It does like it, to be fair. It really settles the rear end as we go a bit too much over there. And a bit of oversteer there. Gonna lose out on that P2, it looks like, as we get a penalty as well. That was just not good at all. Just seriously, yeah. Irritating, man. Actually irritating. As you heard there, irritating. So I was getting a bit irritated at this moment because it was just frustrating. More and more people kept joining. This is getting later into the night. We're on race 9 now. We got someone in the 32s joining. And obviously, the times haven't been reset on the daily races, which is really annoying. So we've had this bot change, and the times haven't changed. Because I believe, as we go off there, completely off the circuit, going through the chicane, you can see how frustrated I am. Driving a bit frustrated now as well. Miss East goes by there in that AMG, and another penalty. So, yeah, I was getting frustrated because more and more people joining as it got later. I'm thinking, what's happening here? Usually as it gets later, less and less people join, and then I was hoping to move a bit further forward in the grid. Because the times haven't been reset, it's so much harder to get towards the front of the grid. It really is, as Bob's your uncle goes around the outside. Beautiful move there as I took that penalty. And we've got the famous, the old famous, the old dancing, the GOAT of Gran Turismo. We have Steve behind us here, heading up the hill. What could Steve do in that brand new AMG then? Oh, got a bit washed out there as we continue on up the hill. In fact, we're going to advance a bit further on here towards the chicane then. Going into here. We just need to beat it out of here. Oh, yeah, not too shabby at all. Not too shabby. A bit of understeer, but nothing major there. And we've got Steve coming up behind us then as we head towards the hairpin in towards the break. So we got to go a bit defensive here. I want to stay ahead of Steve, try and get past Bob's your uncle. We know who's the ant, of course. If you don't know, someone in the comments will have already put that, I'm sure, as we head down here. Then once again, defending this position from Steve in towards the right-hander and then the left. Now, the Lamborghini got very unstable there at times, especially if you stayed on the curb a bit longer. Now, did I see somebody off in the distance? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm not too sure. I thought I saw somebody off there as we head into the right hand. It might have been Slayers, actually, because Slayers starting in pole, I'm thinking, or near the front anyway. As we continue on out there, we've got a run on Bob's your uncle. But that run, as we saw earlier on in this video, it doesn't last long. That Supra just absolutely bolts away. It really does, and I can't really do much about it then as we head towards the left-hander to try around the outside of Bob's your uncle. Oh my word, am I going to pull this move off again? We did it earlier on in the video. Look at this, round the outside. Go on, Tidge. Go, 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 go. Right, we're going to head to the S's once again, side by side. I advise not to do this, but even so, we're going to try it all the same. Me and Bob's your uncle, we both give each other room. Steve's trying to capitalize here, but there's nowhere to go. He's faced with a brick wall of cars here and a traffic jam, but Steve going to follow Bob's your uncle then. Bit of bun drafting there. Very smart from Steve. I'm going to try around the outside here. This doesn't really work in the Lamborghini as we go through here. Steve gets that position. Well played, Steve, as we continue on out of there. Now, I would say go subscribe to Steve, but you should already be subscribed to him. If you haven't, just YouTube Super GT and he will appear. He is a legend. Go check him out. He's on his way to 1 million subscribers. 1 million. He's not that far away. We're after 40k. He's after 1 million. 1 million. What a legend Steve is. And as I say, he's a friend as well. And yeah, we had a drinking session in real life. Anyway, we're not drinking here. We're racing. Let's get back to it then. In towards the hairpin we go. Steve looking to get past Bob's your uncle. However, I go for a bit of a cutback here, trying to go around the outside, which is very dangerous to do here, so I'll back out of this completely. And yeah, I just settle out of that then. Through the left we go. Continue on out of there then. And Steve still looking on Bob's your uncle here as we head towards this final corner then. And Steve, unfortunately, going to break a bit too late there and go off to his famous realm of the ball. Oh, no, not quite. Came back on the circuit, actually. Not quite the Shadow Realm. As we head into the chicane then. Again, I'm going to try and beat it out of here as quick as I can. Somebody else has binned it there. Oh, dive bomber's gone then. That's up into P6. Sorry, Steve. I've got your position. I'm keeping it now as we head towards the hairpin then. Bob's your uncle ahead in that Super. Goes defensive then. Once again, I'm trying around the outside. Not going to quite work here around the outside. 180-degree corners. It never works around the outside. Well, I say that. I've just had an absolutely insane run off the go. Is it going to work? I shall eat my own words here as I continue down the hill then in towards the braking zone we go. Still side by side. Brilliant racing with Bob's your uncle here. Absolutely fantastic racing. Beautiful stuff there, mate. Really well played. That was awesome. That was actually awesome. I eat my own words there. You can go on the outside with a fair driver there who gave me just enough room as we continue on out. So lap number 5 then. We're in P5. Not going to win this one either. And this is race number 9. Number 9 as we go off the circuit. They're going to come back on. We're going to have dirt on our tyres. So just push it too hard. Get a bit frustrated. Trying to push the limits here. And you can see here we're getting all sorts of understeer because of that. And then oversteer. And I can't go anywhere. Unfortunately, I'm in the way of Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle gets absolutely fired in front there. And yeah, I hit the barrier there. Have a date with defense. But yeah, losing all sorts of positions here. Frustration coming into play there just because I really want to get this done at this moment in time. I know the Lamborghini could do it. I'm frustrated by the fact that tables or the qualifying times haven't been reset. So obviously I'm already down more than I should be, especially with the lap time. Oh, a bit of contact there between those two. Gonna make it 3 wide then, heading down towards the right hander. Here we go. Back to 2 wide as we go into here then. And the GTR always gonna go deep there. Go for a nice little cut back here, try and get that position back up to P11. But yeah, because the times have been reset, all the Supras are all ahead. You can't get that time in the Supra now, but you got to sort of try and do the best that you can. And we were, to be fair, in the top 100 or very close to the top 100 with that time there, 33.2. That's what I'm in. Race number 12 now. Number 12. This is past midnight. Past midnight, this race, as we headed towards turn 1. We got Dive Bomber ahead of us here, right? Dive Bomber goes deep here. I'm like, oh my. Dive Bomber's gone a bit deep there. Must be struggling a little bit in the Supra. Here is my actual chance to do it. My actual chance to do it. Race number 12. Can I do it is the question as we head down into the braking zone. Then we've got an AMG behind us as well. So we've got to be careful of the AMG as we go through here. And I'm straight lining that as best as I can to avoid any oversteer as we head up the hill. The AMG very strong in this second part of the acceleration phase here. 4th gear, 5th gear, so good. So as a Lamborghini driver, I've got to be careful there. The AMG look down the inside. Not going to quite work there. Going to continue on out. Well played, Miss East. Didn't tap me there, so good stuff to not see a push to pass or anything like that. Big shout out to you as we head down. Well, we actually advanced to lap number 2 then. Here we go, because we've dropped Miss East apparently there. As we continue on out of there. In fact, we're going to drop Miss East again as they follow me off here. Go completely off the circuit there. Going to come back on. We survived, so we're not going to have dirt on our tyres. They are for the chicane as we head into the chicane then. Through there we go. Straight line this again. Try and beat it out as best as we can. We are keeping up with Dive Bomber here. We are keeping up. Lap number 3 then. The same corner once again. We keep going back to this corner. This time, Dive Bomber's making a mistake. So that wind or something has made a difference in the cars because Dive Bomber's gone off. I nearly gone off. Miss East went off. And I'm going to absolutely send it down the inside into the chicane then. I'm finally in the lead of this goddamn race. Finally. And I'm still struggling with those dirty tyres. Going to lose a lot of time.
Come
here.
on!
And you heard me say, come on there, because I advanced towards the final lap. And I've done it!
Finally! Flipping out the Supras, man. Oh, my God.
And you heard it there, folks. You heard it. 1A+ in there. I don't care. It still counts. There you go. 1A+ in there.
Oh.
Still counts. And yes, what an insane beat the meta that was. I know I could do it. I know I could beat the Supras, but I had a double disadvantage this week because we've been doing beat the meta. And all the Supras have already set the time earlier in the week that they can't do anymore. So I'm obviously qualifying it lower than expected, which was really frustrating. However, we did do beat the meta, and that is going to be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content, but that's going to be it for me, folks. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.